What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Wednesday, September 3rd, 2014, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. It's official. Rosie, Perez, and Nicolle Wallace have officially joined moderator Whoopi Goldberg and Rosie O'Donnell on the upcoming 18th season of The View. The two women join returning co-host Rosie O'Donnell and season 17 sole survivor moderator Whoopi Goldberg, taking over the seats vacated by Sherri Shepherd and Jenny McCarthy in early August. While McCarthy and Shepherd's departure was confirmed in June, ABC refused to speculate about potential replacements. However, the Wrap learned the network actually tested a short list of replacement candidates in August. Wallace was among those women who tested with the network, but Perez was not. Wallace, a conservative author and political commentator, previously served as George W. Bush's communications director during his presidency and in 2004 re-election campaign. She also served as a senior advisor to the McCain-Palin 2008 presidential campaign and is the author of 18 Acres, a novel following the first female president of the United States. Wallace said in a statement, "I am honored to join the tradition of compelling conversations that have been the signature of The View for the better part of 2 decades. I have watched The View for many years, and now to be seated alongside 3 women that I have admired is both humbling and incredibly exciting." Perez, who got her first big acting break in Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, was nominated for an Oscar in 1993's Peter Weir drama Fearless. While she's a household name, her talk show experience is limited. In addition to serving as guest co-host on a February episode of The View, Perez hosted an episode of Anderson Cooper's short-lived series Anderson Live in 2013. Perez said, "I am beyond thrilled, honored, and completely surprised that I've been asked to join The View. Knowing that I'll be in the company of Whoopi, Rosie, and Nicolle, 3 very smart and engaging women that I have an immense amount of respect for, makes it even more unbelievable. The opportunity to connect with our nation's audience on a daily basis, icing on the cake. Very happy." Executive producer Bill Wolf said of the new panel, "These are powerful and accomplished women from different walks of life who have had amazing personal and professional experience. These mix of smart, vibrant, and energetic women is unlike anything else on daytime television." Wolf took over as the show's executive producer in August, replacing the show's original executive producer, Bill Getty. Prior to that, Wolf was the executive producer of the Rachel Maddow show on MSNBC. The ABC talk show has found itself in a state of upheaval in recent months. In addition to the departure of Getty, Shepherd, and McCarthy, the latter of whom only joined the show last year, longtime View host Barbara Walters retired earlier this year, creating yet another vacant chair to fill. Then, there are the ratings. The View has been holding pretty steady, but CBS's The Talk continues to close the gap. Compared to last season, The View was down 4% in women's demographics 18 to 49, averaging 530,000 viewers in the demographic. I was down 1% in total viewers to 3.121 million. More worrisome than the viewers' ratings, though, is the fact that in July, The Talk beat out its ABC rival in the key demos for the first time ever. Season 18 of The View begins Monday, September 15th on ABC. Steven Sotloff's family wants the world to remember the slain journalist as a, quote, mere man who wanted to give a voice to those who had none, who was repeatedly drawn back to the ongoing crisis in the Middle East. On Tuesday, Sotloff became the second American journalist to be beheaded on camera by the terrorist group called the Islamic State, or ISIS, following photojournalist James Foley's murder 2 weeks prior. Spokesperson Barack Barfi, reading from a Sotloff's family statement on Wednesday, said he was no war junkie. He did not want to be a modern-day Lawrence of Arabia. He merely wanted to give voice to those who had not. Sotloff's interactions with and stories about ordinary citizens who must endure extraordinary circumstances in dangerous war zones are cited as his legacy. Barfi also stated their stories were Steve's stories. He ultimately sacrificed his life to bring their stories to the world. The escalated violence against hostages held by the terrorist organization has prompted renewal debate within the U.S. government on how to continue to deal with the threat, with President Barack Obama promising to bring the killers to justice. The president said during a press conference from Estonia on Wednesday, Those who make the mistake of harming Americans will learn that we will not forget and that our reach is long and that justice will be served. In the videos, the militants have blamed the slain journalist's deaths on the U.S. Middle East policies and it continues airstrikes against ISIS targets in Iraq. Sotloff, who had dual U.S.-Israel citizenship, covered the Middle East for outlets like Time Magazine, Christian Science Monitor, and Foreign Policy. He was fluent in Arabic, and his career took off with his freelance coverage of the Arab Spring Uprising in 2011. According to Sotloff's colleague and friend, Jani Dale, Sotloff revealed right before his disappearance that he felt like he may have been on a hit list of targets for ISIS. Giovanni's Newsweek's Middle East editor told CNN on Tuesday one thing he had told me that was again rather chilling is that he was concerned that he had been on some kind of a list, and this had been around the time that ISIS had been showing up and taking over checkpoints that had been manned before by the rebels. And she also added, and he thought he had angered some of the rebels, he didn't know which ones, by taking footage of a hospital in Aleppo that had been bombed, and he had been very concerned about this, but he still went back. Sotloff also appeared ready to retire from this dangerous line of work. He had a beer with a Daily Beast reporter right before his last trip across the Turkish border into Syria, and relayed that he was, quote, sick of being beaten up and shot at and accused of being a spy. He even had tentative plans to attend graduate school back in the States, but citing a good story he was keeping under wraps, he ventured into Syria for one last time. Though the Sotloff family were aware of his kidnapping and intact a virtual news blackout for his safety last year, it does not appear they have been in touch with the journalist or his kidnappers prior to the release of the Foley video. Sotloff's father indicates he only found out about the status of his son by watching the video. He said, according to Sotloff's friend Emerson Latzia, reported the Miami Herald, "At least I know my son is alive." Singer Blu Cantrell went running through the streets ranting about people trying to kill her last night until police took her into custody for psychological evaluation, according to TMZ. Cantrell went seemingly berserk in a Santa Monica neighborhood around 2 a.m. on Wednesday. Witnesses tell TMZ she was screaming about someone giving her poisonous gas. The episode went on long enough that someone called the police. TMZ told when officers arrived, Blu, famous for her 2001 hit Hit 'Em Up Style, Oops, played the Do You Know Who I Am card, but also referred to herself as a one-hit wonder. Law enforcement sources told TMZ cops took Blu to a nearby hospital where doctors checked her out. TMZ attempted to reach a rep to get an update on Blu's condition, but so far no luck. Story still developing. Former teen heartthrob David Cassidy coped a plea in his felony drunk driving case in New York and got the charge reduced to misdemeanor DWI. Cassidy was in court Wednesday to enter a guilty plea. On the terms of the deal, he had to complete 50 hours of community service and have an ignition interlock installed on his car. He's already completed an alcohol treatment program, but in November the judge will decide if he needs more, according to the DA. Cassidy was arrested last year after he was stopped by cops in Shaddock, New York, and tests showed his blood alcohol level was .10, way over the legal limit of .08. The Partridge Family star pleaded no contest to a DUI charge in LA back in March and has a prior DUI conviction in Florida as well. Justin Bieber's homecoming trip to Canada had another snag. In addition to being arrested, he had to hit up a local hospital Wednesday for a wrist injury, TMZ has learned. TMZ told Bieber went to the Stratford General Hospital in Ontario to have his wrist checked out. According to TMZ sources, it turns out he suffered a sprain. Previously reported, Bieber was arrested Friday for assault and dangerously driving following an accident between Bieber's ATV and a PAP in a minivan. It's unclear if Bieber injured his wrist in the ATV accident or if he hurt it trying to reach something on a real high shelf. Versace rappers Migos got into an all-out battle royale at one of their shows where all three members of the group ended up going loco on their fans. Melee started Sunday night at Limelight nightclub in Nashville, where according to sources, one member of the group had a gold chain snatched from his neck while on stage and immediately went after it in the crowd. There's a video of the fight ensuing. Bodies piled up on the floor as the whole thing started to play out. Police were called, but Limelight security was eventually able to contain things and no arrests were made. Of course, this isn't the first time the Migos have been involved in an attack on tour, having nearly escaped death following a drive-by shooting in Miami earlier this year. Migos definitely loves a good fight night. Rapper Future and R&B singer Ciara didn't stay apart for long, and it's all because Ciara feels strongly about her son needing his father 24/7. Sources close to Future told TMZ he and Ciara are living together again and trying to make things work between them so Future can help take care of their 4-month-old son, Future Zaire. Ciara must be willing to overlook the past since she was the one who claimed Future cheated on her while he was on tour and broke off their engagement last month. TMZ told Ciara wasn't interested in a shared parenting situation, saying she believes Future is a good father and that it's best for their son if his dad's there. Legendary comedian Joan Rivers has been moved out of intensive care, but that does not necessarily mean her health has improved greatly. Daughter Melissa Rivers just released a very guarded update about her mother, saying, quote, "My mother has been moved out of intensive care and into a private room where she's being kept comfortable." It's not a great sign that she's been moved to a private room from intensive care where she would be more closely monitored by doctors and nurses. As first reported, Joan has been on life support since being rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City last Thursday after she stopped breathing during throat surgery in her doctor's office. We don't know if she's still on life support. MMA fighter War Machine is pleading not guilty to 32 charges, including 2 counts of attempted murder in connection with the beating of his ex-girlfriend, porn star Christy Mack, and another man. The ex-MMA fighter entered a plea in a Las Vegas courtroom Wednesday morning, where prosecutors added 25 additional charges to their original complaint, including multiple counts of battery, strangulation, kidnapping, coercion, burglary, and sexual assault, in addition to attempted murder. Mack told police her ex came to her home August 8, beat her friend Corey Thomas, and then pummeled her, breaking multiple bones all over her body and rupturing her liver. War Machine eluded capture for a week until he was arrested at a hotel outside Los Angeles. He remains in custody without bail. War Machine's attorney told TMZ this is a case of overzealous prosecution. Team USA gold medalist gymnast McKayla Maroney is the latest victim of the Hollywood nude photo leakings. But she isn't letting the nude photo hackers ruin her life, laughing off questions about the scumbag during an outing in Beverly Hills Tuesday. The Team USA gymnast was strolling into an office building with her mother Tuesday when she told the paparazzi her fans were being supportive throughout the ordeal. McKayla originally claimed the nude pics allegedly hacked out of her phone were fake, but later sent a legal letter to porn sites demanding they pull them down because she was underage when they were taken. And in a related story, Jennifer Lawrence's fight to get her hacked nude photos removed from the internet might have hit a legal snag, the same one Ellen DeGeneres ran into with that infamous Oscar selfie. Sources connected to the investigation told TMZ Lawrence's attorney fired off a letter to a porn website demanding it take down the nude photos of J-Law because she owns the copyright on the pics. TMZ told the website isn't buying that argument, though. The site's stance is, since some of the pics are not selfies, the person who actually took those photos would most likely hold that copyright. In its response to Lawrence's attorney, TMZ told the site is demanding proof of Jennifer's copyright or the name of the person who snapped the shots. Ironically, J-Law was prominent in the Oscar selfie, which became the most retweeted photo ever when Ellen posted it. Britney Spears' ex, David Lucado, said he didn't technically cheat on Britney Spears because his videotape hookup with another chick went down after Britney had already kicked him to the curb. Lucado is telling friends Britney dumped him via text on August 6. Sources close to the ex-couple told TMZ they've been arguing over outside influences like her conservators who control Britney's life, and Spears sent him a message saying, "I'm done with you." Lucado's cheating shoosh went down the very next night on August 7th, and as TMZ first told, Britney's dad now owns the video of the hookup. TMZ told David and Britt reconciled conveniently on August 8th. Sources close to David told TMZ he wants to get in touch with Britney to pitch his "we are on a break" theory. But as previously reported, Papa Spears and everyone else around Brit ain't about to let that happen. Francesca Eastwood, the daughter of legendary actor and director Clint Eastwood, was questioned by cops after neighbors of her ex-boyfriend Tyler Shields reported someone was burglarizing his LA home, TMZ has learned. Sources close to the situation told TMZ police got to Shields' home Saturday evening and found a front door window had been smashed, and Eastwood was carrying stuff out of the house. Shields was not home at the time. A source close to Eastwood told TMZ it wasn't burglary because Francesca's name is still on the house lease, and she was merely retrieving her own personal belongings, including clothes and pictures. Law enforcement sources told TMZ Shields, a well-known celebrity photographer, showed up at the house while Eastwood was collecting her stuff. Officers stuck around to maintain peace until she left. TMZ talked to Shields afterwards while he was cleaning up the mess from the broken glass. Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock, will star in the upcoming Warner Brothers New Line Cinema superhero film adaptation of Shazam. But here's the interesting part. Johnson will play Black Adam, Shazam's enemy, who is typically a villain in the comic books. According to a tweet sent out by Johnson today, though, the role will actually be portrayed as an anti-hero rather than an evil baddie. Black Adam is indeed often given more of a blurred depiction in comics, and nowadays isn't as blatantly villainous of all of the time. Shazam is the commonly used name to refer to Captain Marvel, since Shazam is the magic word he uses to transform into the superpowered hero. In DC Comics News 52, however, they decided to just go with the name Shazam for him now, which makes sense in light of the fact that's how the mainstream public refers to him. So with Johnson playing Black Adam, the role of Shazam is still wide open. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, September 3rd, 2014. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back tomorrow delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. Or on Twitter @The Enter Report. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye.